Welcome to the Entrepreneur Experts Cafe, sponsored by Entrepreneurs Rocket Fuel. I am Kimberly Haubscheid, your host and the creator of the Facebook community, Entrepreneurs Rocket Fuel. It's a community by entrepreneurs, for entrepreneurs, helping entrepreneurs and experts get their business to the next level. Come join the community at www.entrepreneursrocketfuel.com/Facebook and join the conversation. I'm going to interview today Shereese Alexander. Shereese Alexander is an expert on influencer marketing. Shereese, welcome to the Entrepreneur Experts Cafe.
Thank you so much. I am honored to be here.
It is a pleasure having you. And you and I have worked together on a couple of different things, and I'm excited to be able to have you on my show to be able to highlight a little bit of your background because I love your story. So before we get into what you're doing now, tell us a little bit about how you became an entrepreneur in this space.
Yeah, so my story starts back when I was a awkward teenager in high school, having no social skills whatsoever. And also I'm a scientist. So I felt like I didn't really need social skills for my chosen career path. So I felt pretty good about that. It felt bad, but I felt good. So then I got into college and my best friend signed me up for this fair to talk about our different clubs or whatever, because she's a total extrovert and she was just loving passing out flyers and bouncing around the campus. And I was so mad at her because I'm a serious introvert and I felt so uncomfortable standing behind a table passing out flyers. It was just like the introvert's nightmare. So I stood there with my arms crossed, reluctantly passing out flyers to people who walked up. I wouldn't even speak to them. I wouldn't even look them in the eye. It was just horrible. And this went on for hours. But at one point, a friend of mine, his name is Mike, and I will never forget, I looked over at Mike to see what he was doing. And somebody would walk up and he would say, "Hi, I'm Mike. What's your name? What's your major?" And he would have a conversation with them. And it went a lot more smoothly than my interactions went with people, believe it or not. So I was like, let me try that. So the next person walked up and I said, "Hi, I'm Shereese. What's your name? What's your major?" And I did everything the way Mike did it. I shook my hands the way Mike shook his hand. I furrowed my brow the way he furrowed his brow. I tilted my head like he tilted his head. Like I just copied everything he did and pasted onto me. And believe it or not, I got the exact same results that Mike got. And that just totally blew my mind. I was like, wait a minute, social skills are a skill? Like I thought we just called it social skills, but really it was something you were born with or you weren't. Because there's the popular kids in school and then there's the nerds. And I was one of the nerds. So I was just like, yeah, we just don't have that in us. And then I realized, wait a minute, you can totally learn this, just like learning Spanish or riding a bike or tying your shoes. You just learn it. And so that set me on this 15-year journey of understanding human dynamics and communication and all of this different stuff. Just in my spare time, I still am a scientist. I went on to get a master's degree in medical microbiology. So basically I'm a germ scientist. And all of that time I was studying effective communication and how to connect with people on a deeper level. And that really helped me in science because I stood out amongst all the other awkward people who felt like they didn't have to learn these skills, right? So that kind of took me to a dark place in my life for a period where I did end up being homeless at the end of the 2008 recession because it was 2008 and I couldn't get a job anywhere. My master's degree was pretty much useless. But during that time, what was really helpful is that I realized that all of my achievements and everything were wonderful, but connection is what's really important. And it kind of reinforced my desire and passion about helping people connect. So when I became an entrepreneur, I tried a lot of different businesses. I think a lot of entrepreneurs can relate to that. I tried a lot of different businesses and most of them were just epic fails, which I think a lot of people can also relate to, just epic fails. But I kept coming back to this idea that I really want to help entrepreneurs make better connections. I really want to help them make partnerships that are profitable, that are fun, that help them in life and business. Like I really wanted that, but I felt like that's not a thing. That's not a job. It has to be something very practical and dull and like life sucking, like all jobs is what I was thinking. But turns out that's not true. Like I just, at one point I had to be like, you know what, this is where my heart is. I will follow my heart and I'm going to help entrepreneurs connect with influencers, connect with potential clients and mentors and partners in a way that actually benefits them long term, because that's what I'm passionate about. It's what I love, and I do it anyways. So might as well get paid to do it anyways.
I love it. That's fantastic. All right. So when people come to you, where are they usually stuck when they say, okay, I am ready. I'm ready to be seen and heard in a bigger way. I want other people to notice me and I want it to be fun. Like where are they and what mistakes are they making?
It's really interesting because a lot of people will say, I want other people to promote me. Where you get those emails being sent out on your behalf and people are saying, check out so and so, they're so great. Here's a link to their thing. So a lot of people will say, I want that, but how do I get that? How do I get that without coming across super spammy and salesy? Like, do I just go to people and say, hey, can you email my thing? Which they know is like not cool, but they don't know the right way to do it, right? So a lot of people will come to me and say, I want to be promoted by other people. I don't know how to be promoted by other people. And one hangup that I see, well, there's a couple, but one of the biggest hangups that I see, Kimberly, is people feeling like they're not ready. People saying like, I want to be one of those big time people that everyone's promoting them, but that can't be me.
I
I'm
think
just
that's
far
true.
too small or new.
Yeah, I think that's true. Or I'm not, yeah, I like when you said I'm not ready because I'm gonna be there, but first let me get perfect and let me
Yep.
get my hair done and let me lose 20 pounds and then I will be okay to get on stage. But first I need a new iPhone because now we're not doing stages, we're doing virtual stages and I have to do it on my iPhone, but my iPhone has to be upgraded and now I need to upgrade my iPhone. And then after I lost the 20 pounds, it's now an iPhone 43. So because it took me that long. And so then I will get on stage. When
That's
I can
it.
afford the new iPhone, that's when it'll happen. But they have all these things that have to happen first. So I like when you say they feel like they're not ready. Are you telling us that even though we feel like we're not ready, we actually might be ready?
100%
Thank you.
because you and I are on the same page here, Kimberly. Because when it comes to influencer marketing or relationship marketing, it's all built on relationships. And it's kind of that saying that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago and the second best time is today. It's the same thing with relationships. The best time to build a really efficient and successful network was 20 years ago, but whatever, the second best time is today. You can start building relationships right now. And having people promote you doesn't have to look one specific way. It doesn't have to look
Mm,
the way you've seen it
mm,
done in your inbox. You
mm.
can do things in a lot of different ways. You just have to kind of think outside of the box and not be so trapped, because those people who are showing up in our inbox sometimes, those are big name people who have 27 partners who also have huge lists and all these different things. So if you're holding yourself to that standard and your business is newer, well, that's not really a fair comparison, is it?
No. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so can you tell me maybe an example of somebody that you've worked with where they were really struggling and then you got a chance to work with them and they had like some level of success and breakthrough?
Yeah. So one of my friends, she was she was she was at a training for people who had bought this particular coaching program, and she really wanted a chance to really show some of her expertise as a business coach. And she's got several businesses of her own, and she's always wanted to be a business coach to help other people, because people come to her and ask questions like, how did you do this with this business, how did you do that with that business? And she was like, you know what, I think I want to monetize this, I want to make it a thing. But for years she was just kind of like, I'm not ready, right? She was saying, I don't think I'm ready, I don't have this yet, I don't have that yet, so I don't think I'm ready. So she goes to this event and she's meeting other people in this coaching program. And I was giving her some tips about just networking and how to connect with other people and how to find common ground, and how to find common ground and things you're excited about with business.
Oh
So
yeah.
it is still, it's personal, but it's also business. Like, what are you excited about? And so she connected with somebody who ended up just loving everything she had to say, loving her story and her passion and her heartbeat and where she's coming from. It's so much more than just business coaching, right? There's a reason why she does what she does. And he was just like, you know what? You need to be on stages. You 100% need to be on stages. And she was like, yeah, I kind of been thinking about it. I don't know. And he was like, no, you're getting on the next stage. Let me pull out my phone and connect you with so-and-so. You're going to be on their stage because you need to be. And she was like, what? So next thing you know, she signed up for a program. She's going to be speaking on stages in front of all these people. And she's so excited, right? She's like, feels expressed. She's like, now I do get to kind of share my message with, which is what it's all about.
Yeah.
And not only that, from that, she also got the confidence of like, hey, maybe I can go and start saying I'm a business coach instead of saying, well, I mean, I technically have people pay me for, instead of putting all these qualifiers in. And she's so amazing. She was like, you know what? Not only do I want to be a business coach, I want to be the 10K coach. I want to be the coach who brings in 10K months to my clients. So she got these new clients, and again, sharing your message with networking, with connections, she found these new clients, and did their whole back end funnel for them, did all the work for them, did all the business coaching, helped them figure out when they should go live, how they should go live, what they should be doing on social media. And right out of the gate, their first launch brought in $80,000.
Wow.
With a recurring $13,000 a month.
Wow.
So she broke her 10K, goal, and she's doing it with a couple more clients right now.
That's awesome.
So it all started with that little seed of getting the confidence and the competence to go out there and make those connections that are going to be really meaningful for you.
I love it. All right. So it's all about making connections and building relationships. Shereese, this has been really, really valuable. I thank you for carving time out of your day to be with us. Obviously, you're the expert at influencer marketing and getting seen and heard in a bigger way. If people want to work with you directly, how can they do that?
So the best way is there's two good ways. The first best way is go ahead and head to my website, which is jvjoy.com, because I am all about joint venture relationships and partnerships. So you can go to jvjoy.com and see whatever the latest thing is that I'm doing there, or to find me on Facebook. So you can just type in my name, Shereese Alexander, which I know is not easy to spell. I've been doing it my whole life. There's a whole lot of E's in there. But when you find me, that's a great place to connect. I'm always connecting with people. I'm always doing like videos and trainings and like just free stuff because I think it's fun. So find me in those two places, and then we can figure out what you really need to help you get your best start.
I love it. So we're going to give that again for the people who are listening to the podcast. It's JV, like joint venture, yep. Joy, Joy, jvjoy.com. And Shereese Alexander is Shereese, Shereese Alexander, Alexander. You can find her on Facebook. All right, Shereese, thank you so much, very, very much for carving time out of your day and being here with us on the Entrepreneur Experts Cafe. Before we let you go, any final words for our crew?
Yes, I love to say this phrase, which I modified from Russell Brunson, but it's that you're only one relationship away from changing your business and changing your life, because that's true.
I love it. Thank you so much for being here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of the Entrepreneur Experts Cafe. Thanks so much for being here. We'll see you the next time. Cheers.